Hello students, this is one of my favorite modules. Today we're going to talk about something that affects all of us, which is the power of words. Each one of us is born with a wonderful instrument that we can use for healing, transformation, and magic, and that's our voice. The earliest spells were probably spoken ones. Ancient shamans, witches, and sorcerers understood that sound and resonance have the power to shift reality. They may have uttered words that held meaning in an evident way, but that also contained sounds that impacted the ethers when said aloud. Today, spell workers still use chants, prayers, affirmations, and other types of verbal magic, as we will see as we move through this course. In the mid-1990s, Japanese scientist Masaru Emoto began experimenting with how words affect the water. He discovered that words could visibly alter the water's structure. Just as each snowflake is unique, Emoto found that each word produced a unique shape when the water was frozen. When the words love, gratitude, and peace were projected into the water, it froze into beautiful shapes. Expressions such as I hate you cause distorted, broken forms. The vibrational energy actually changed the physical appearance and the molecular shape of the water. Interestingly enough, it didn't matter what language was used. The words love, amor, amore, and the kanji symbol for love all generated similar snowflakes. Because the universe and everything in it is composed of vibrations, all sounds produce effects. When you consider that all words create results, it makes sense to choose your words wisely and to think before you speak. For thousands of years, in cultures around the world, people had sought divine intervention to relieve suffering and attract blessings via the use of prayers. John Bunyan, a 17th century English preacher and writer, said that prayer is the sincere, sensible, affectionate pouring out of the soul to God. American poet Ralph Waldo Emerson described prayer as a study of truth. The Unity Church calls prayer an inward silent knowing of the soul of the presence of God, and witches view prayer as a means of communicating with the divine. Like meditation, praying calms the mind and body, placing you in a gently altered state of consciousness where you can receive insights and guidance. On the physical level, blood pressure drops, heartbeat slows, breathing rate is lower, and the adrenal glands secrete fewer of the stress response hormones. Consequently, not only the recipient of the prayer benefits, so does the person who's praying. Prayer is also a demonstration of hope, and as you already know, hopefulness and positive aptitude can manifest beneficial results. Whether you pray for yourself or someone else, your words have amazing power. According to Larry Dossey, MD, author of Prayer is Good Medicine, in cases of intercessory or intercessory prayer, that means praying for someone else at a distance, the consciousness of the person doing the praying actually influences the body of the person who's being prayed for. Dorsey discovered that more than 130 controlled laboratory studies show that prayer, or a prayer-like state of compassion, empathy, and love, can bring about healthful changes. Numerous studies have shown that prayer can have a beneficial effect on a range of illnesses. Much of magical work involves healing, doing spells for yourself or for others. Therefore, it is encouraging to realize that the results of your words and intentions can actually be measured scientifically. However, you can tap the power of prayer for virtually any purpose to gain protection, to attract love, and so on. When you pray to a higher power, it implies that you honor the higher power, either that being God, Goddess, or the Spirit, your guardian angel, or however you envision it, and that an established relationship exists between you, which enables you to call on the higher power for aid. It also implies that you believe the higher power can remedy the situation. Prayer isn't begging or pleading with the deity to give you what you want. It is humbly aligning your personal will with the divine will. You commit yourself to co-creating the best possible outcome under the guidance of a higher power. Let's see how we can pray. Prayer can take many forms, from the formal repetition in a church or temple of memory verses taken from a religious text, to feeling grateful for a beautiful sunny day. You can pray silently or aloud, alone or with others, for yourself or someone else. You can pray first thing in the morning before meals at a bedtime when you're stuck in traffic, in the shower, at your computer, or taking a walk in the park. You can even join on an online prayer group. The internet offers hundreds of sites where you can post a prayer request, respond to others who currently need help, or read the personal testimonies of people who believe they have been helped by prayers. Words have power. Spiritual and occult literature abounds with references to the power of the human voice. For millennia, people have recited magic words as a way of evoking supernatural forces and petition them for assistance. This is usually done by calling out the deity's names. Speaking someone's name is said to be an act of power, giving the namer influence over the name, which is why in some belief systems, individuals have public names and private names that are kept secret. In the Genesis story, Adam was allowed to name the animals on earth and thus was given dominion over them. Witches and spell workers recognize the power inherent in some words and use them in spells and rituals. You already have heard the word abracadabra, but the word isn't just something a stage illusionist says before he pulls a rabbit out of a hat. It derives from the Aramaic avara kadavara, which translates to I will create as I speak. It expresses your intention to manifest a result. Ancient magicians wrote the word as an inverted pyramid and used it in healing spells. Later on in Module 13, you will learn how to do this too. Many witches and spells end the spells with the words so mote it be. This phrase, like so be it, seals a spell and instructs the universe to carry out your will. If you want to banish an entity of energy, you can order it to leave by saying, "Be gone." The expression, blessed be, is a favorite greeting among witches and a magical exchange of positive energy. In spells, you can choose to speak or write a single word, a phrase, or a longer statement. Words such as love, abundance, peace, happiness, and safety instantly bring to mind the results you seek. When you say the words aloud, you send a ripple through the cosmos stating your intention. When you write the words, the acupressure points in your fingers trigger responses in your brain. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful words of power, the I am. I am. One of the most powerful and sacred statements is also one of the sorters. I am. It connects you with your divine essence for creative purposes. You can consciously choose to form a sentence that begins with I am in order to manifest a desired condition. Be very careful how you use the phrase I am. Whatever follows these words will be charged with magical energy and intention. Never say hurtful or derogatory things such as I'm stupid or I'm ugly. These statements can materialize in unpleasant conditions. Remember, the I am is the unstoppable courage of your inner power. A good way to state your intention in a spell is to create what is called an affirmation. An affirmation is a short phrase or sentence that clearly and optimistically expresses whatever condition you desire to bring about. Affirmations leave no room for doubt, fear, or ambiguity. Whether you write affirmations or say them aloud, putting your intentions into words helps focus your mind and empower your spells. Now, the important thing, of course, is to create effective affirmations. As is true with most things in life, there are right ways and wrong ways to design affirmations. These tips will help you to work yours effectively. There are mostly three things. One is to remember to keep it short. Use only positive imagery. And number three, you got to state your intention in the present tense, as if the condition already has happened or exists already. So let's try a couple examples to help you with a feel for this designing affirmations. For example, the right way of saying, I am completely healthy in body, mind, and spirit. The wrong way, I don't have illnesses or injuries. Do you see the difference? The first sentence affirms what you seek, health. The second makes you think of conditions you don't want to, like illnesses and injuries. Okay, let's have another example. The right way, I now have a job that is perfect for me. The wrong way, I will get the perfect job. In the first sentence, you state that the job you seek is yours right now. The second indicates that you'll eventually get the job you want, but it could be some time off, way off in the future. Being specific is usually a good thing when creating affirmations. If your goal is to lose 25 pounds, or you got your heart set on acquiring a 1965 red Mustang convertible with black leather seats, for instance, list the pertinent details in your affirmation. But sometimes you don't know all the ins and outs of a situation, or if you don't want to limit your options, as the job example we just considered, sometimes it's best to let the universe work out the fine points. Here's a case in point. A friend of mine wanted to attract more money into her life, so she wrote this affirmation. I now earn more than enough money for everything I need and desire. When I read what she written, I immediately noticed she limited her potential by using the word earn. I suggested she revise her affirmation so it read, I now receive more than enough money for everything I need and desire. Soon afterwards, she got an unexpected tax refund that fulfilled her affirmation. I hope that you enjoy learning a little bit more about the power of words, I am, and affirmations. In the next module, we're going to talk about the difference between affirmation and incantations and chants and what a sigil is. I can't wait to explain that to you. I'll see you in the next module.